Say again?
Where is that?
He's got the copy of the 306090, and there's the copies of the resume.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Mitch, tell me about yourself.
I'd love to tell you about myself. My entire career has been focused on sales. When I say my entire career, my sales career actually started at the age of 14. In high school, I managed a Domino's Pizza in my hometown. When I first took over this Domino's Pizza, it was averaging $2,000 a week in sales. After 6 months, I had this store doing $4,000 a week in sales. After 1 year, I had it doing over $8,000 a week in sales. The way we generated this revenue was we went out and we got to know our customer. We made phone calls the day after they ordered a pizza, made sure they were happy with their order, made sure their product was great, made sure the service was great, made sure the drivers drove safely in their neighborhood, made sure that everything was just great with their order. We sent out flyers, we sent out surveys, we did everything to make sure we did the proper thing for our customer and customer satisfaction. Those sort of skills are really key for me being a successful medical device sales rep, because there are so many customers in our chain as a medical device sales rep. I gotta make sure the scrub tech's happy and a step ahead in the procedure. I gotta make sure the circulator's happy by making sure all the billing forms are out in proper order and it's all written out properly. Gotta make sure the surgeon's happy by having all the instruments and the implants there on time. The materials management department, as you know, is a whole additional headache, and they've all got different time frames where they can give out POs and you can deliver them information. And so managing that time and knowing all the customers, that's one of the things that's gonna make me a great medical device sales rep. After high school, I actually joined the United States Army. In the United States Army, I was a surgical scrub technician. That gave me a lot of great training on anatomy, about surgery, knowing the environment really well. But there's one really important skill that taught me: how to have conversations with physicians, and more importantly, surgeons. Where they wanted to have conversations, what type of conversations that they wanted to have, more importantly, what they wanted to talk about. The way that's going to translate back into me being a great medical device sales rep is, most surgeons probably see sales reps as annoying people. Well, by having this skill, I'm going to be able to have high-value conversations with these surgeons on their time, very brief, very effective conversations where I'm not another annoying sales rep. After the United States Army, I decided I still needed some more sales experience. So what I actually did was I went out and I started selling cars. I went out as a car salesman, started out with zero revenue whatsoever, knew no customers, knew nobody whatsoever. After the first year, I sold $450,000 worth of cars. After 4 years, I then went up to $4.5 million a year in sales. The way I did that was I communicated with my customers. I asked them questions to identify needs. It's a lot like being a medical device sales rep. When you look on a car lot, there's a lot of different cars that are out there. Not every car is right for every person walking onto that lot. So you had to ask that customer questions, identify needs, and hand them the right set of keys for the right car to make the sale. The same way as a medical device sales rep. Here at Medtronic, I'm going to carry a lot of products in my bag. Not every product is right for every surgeon. So it's by asking the right questions, responding to their answers, and knowing the right time to pull out the right product for that surgeon is one of the ways that I'm going to be incredibly successful in this career. You asked me to tell you a little bit about myself, my entire career has been all about sales.
So, why medical sales device 3?
The big reason for medical device sales is this is really the last venture out there where there's uncapped earning potential. The great thing about this is you really get compensated for how hard you work. And I'm someone who's going to work harder than anyone else out there. At the same time, you get to wake up every morning and change the quality of life for a complete stranger every single day. But at the end of the day, this is an eat what you kill industry. And I'm a hungry guy. And I want to work hard enough where I have an opportunity for uncapped earning potential. One of those opportunities in this area is Dr. Mike Heisey. In preparation for this job, I actually profiled Dr. Heisey. I've gone through a lot of information with Dr. Heisey. I know his office, I know his surgery days, his clinic days, I know his PA, he uses a various different amount of nurses. I know the person who runs that clinic, which is his scheduler, Lori.
Nothing happens in that clinic without Lori knowing about it. I've also figured out some products that he uses. You know, where he's gone to school, I know where he's done his fellowship, I know where he's gone to med school. I've been borderline stalker with some of this information. The reason why I've been borderline stalker with some of knowing this information about Dr. Heisey is because I want to know the conversations I'm going to have with Dr. Heisey even before I run into Dr. Heisey. As a result, I've gone out and I've created this forum, a conversation starters forum, in 5 different categories. This way, anytime I run into Dr. Heisey, I'm going to be prepared with a conversation in mind that's going to be important to him, where I can start building a professional relationship with Dr. Heisey. As a matter of fact, I've already got my introduction to Dr. Heisey prepared. As a matter of fact, it's going to sound exactly like this. Dr. Heisey and Mitch Seagers with Medtronic Sophomore Organic. I'm actually running downstairs to check in some sets, so I'll be brief. In furthering my education about degenerative disease, I actually came across your article about degenerative disease in the thoracic spine. What I found fascinating about the article was the fact that the rate of degeneration in the thoracic spine was a lot slower than it was in the lumbar spine. Would it be okay if the next time I ran into you, I asked you one question about the article? Chances are Dr. Heisey is going to say yes to that. Since chances are he's going to say yes to that, I've already got my next call prepared with Dr. Heisey. The way this next call is going to sound, exactly like this. Dr. Heisey, once again, Mitch Seagers with Medtronic Sophomore Organic. I'm actually running downstairs because I have a meeting with my manager, Emily, so I have to be brief. Last time we ran into each other, I mentioned I read your article about degenerative disease of the thoracic spine. The question that I had for you is, how does the treatment process change for degenerative disease in the thoracic spine from the lumbar spine? I'm going to have a number of these different conversations with Dr. Heisey so I can develop a professional relationship with Dr. Heisey. And gaining better understanding of Dr. Heisey, I've also researched the procedures that he does. One of the big procedures that he does is an ALIF procedure. I now know the different steps of performing an ALIF. I know the anatomy that's involved. As importantly, I know the advantages of going from an anterior approach versus a posterior approach. I also know the disadvantages for the surgeons. I know the very common implants that surgeons will use. Most importantly, I know the concerns, challenges, and worries that surgeons have with doing this type of procedure. The reason why that's important is, with those implant options, I've actually researched our product here at Medtronic, the LT Cage and Infuse. I've figured out the features, the benefits, and the value of this product. I've also profiled the competitor, mostly the Zimmer BAK, because that's the most prolific competitor that's out there. I figured out their features, their benefits, their values, their weakness, and as a result, I've done a comparison of the 2 products, figured out where we're stronger than they are, what challenges we can solve better. Because the surgeon doesn't want to hear me say, hey doctor, here's where your challenges are. I've gone out and I've actually researched some articles that validate those challenges concerned. And so my first sales call about a product with Dr. Heisey is going to sound exactly like this. Dr. Heisey, once again, Mitch Seagers, Medtronic Sophomore Organic. I'm running downstairs to check in some sets, so I have to be brief. You know, in furthering my education about lumbar spine surgery, I actually came across an article about osteoporotic patients and ALIF procedures. One of the things that this article said was that osteoporotic patients typically had a higher pseudoarthrosis rate because they had less bone growing cells in the environment. Well, at Medtronic, we actually have the LT Cage and Infuse. The great thing about the Infuse is a bone morphogenic protein. That protein will call in stem cells, have those stem cells divide. One will go back and continue to be a present stem cell in the body. The second stem cell, the protein will tell that stem cell to be a bone-growing cell. Therefore, putting more bone-growing cells in that environment in that osteoporotic patient, potentially decreasing the chance of pseudoarthrosis. What I'd love to do, Dr. Heisey, I'd love to come by your office and show you how well these implants and instruments work together. At some point, I'm going to get an opportunity to sit down with Dr. Heisey and identify some needs, some challenges that Dr. Heisey may have. As a result, I'm already prepared for that first sit-down meeting with Dr. Heisey. I've listed out 6 questions here, specifically about ALIF procedures. As an example of one of those questions is, Dr. Heisey, within the industry, what are the challenges of doing a multi-level ALIF procedure on a patient with osteoporosis and a diabetic? Dr. Heisey, what are the challenges of doing an ALIF procedure on occupation that has a grade 3 responding, which is highly mobile? A number of these questions are going to elicit some challenges that I know, if I listen to the right keyword, I'm going to be able to put the right product in. The same way, just reach in the bank, put the right product in at the right moment. As I said before, the reason why I want to get in this industry is the opportunity for earning potential, and as you can see, I've got Dr. Heisey and 19 other opportunities ready to go tomorrow morning to start selling for you guys.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Actually, I have 2 questions for you. My first question, as you can see, I am somebody who is incredibly organized, somebody who is knowledgeable about the clinical information, has worked extremely hard understanding the products, the procedures that go on out there, and someone who has the ability to sell. What other qualities do you see in great sales representatives?
Some of the qualities that I would see would be determination and being a team player.
Okay. All right. Would you say there's some determination here?
Very much
The
determination.
fact that I've already shared my 30, 60, 90-day plan with you? We a team?
We're not that into it yet.
Okay. The final question I have for you, as you can see, I've unofficially been working for you for the last 4 weeks. What can we do to make this official? Can I have this job? Say it. You know you want to say it. You know you want to say yes.
Actually, we have other assistants. 20 more of those welcoming the rural issues.
What makes mine different is the fact that, well, number one, I know you don't have 20 of the students working through the door.
20 more profiles, what did you yours do?
What makes mine different is the fact that I have profiled every product that you guys have.
Every product.
Every product that you guys have.
How many products is that?
That is 146 products from Medtronic, including the 7 products that are no longer available on the shelves.
Do you have those product profiles with you, 137 of them?